Service matter, my lord, PIL has been filed, my lord. Not permissible, but be that as it may, my lord, they said there is a representation pending. My lord, directs will dispose of the representation by reason order.
Because what the union says is this person is a very powerful person.
Milord, she has, Milord, self-created post has been created only to accommodate.
My lord,
There are incomplete.
My lord, if they are going on the merits, my lord, then my lord, I have a Supreme Court judgment, my lord. My colleague is in court 2013 4 SCC 465, my lord. In a service matter, my lord, they have to go before the appropriate tribunal, my lord. And they cannot file a PIL, my lord, to agitate a service dispute. And what is interesting is, my lord, this petition is filed by a person, the deponent of the petition, my lord, is actually an employee of the administration who is engaged in a long battle for opposing his transfer, my lord. This is clearly a motivated proceeding. But my lord may have para 15, my lord, of this judgment.
But it is true that the representative of the trade union is an employee of your organization. Equally true is that private respondent.
With deepest of respect to him, Milord, the petition is presented by Electricity Employees Welfare Union, represented by its General Secretary. He is apparently not an employee.
No, he is an employee. He is facing proceedings of transfer. He is fighting in the CAT.
And that is true. And the ninth respondent, equally the ninth respondent is also an employee.
So
one thing, sir,
my lord,
if you see the prayer in the writ petition,
yes, my lord,
is to take action against an illegal appointment of so and so, etc., etc.
My lord.
Where is your representation? 3724.
My representation,
838.
Yes.
In terms of the representation,
and they have already taken some measures, my lord. The Central Vigilance Commission has written to my instructing advocate.
No, my lord, if their prayer is only for consideration of this representation, my lord, a speaking order can be passed, my lord, without prejudice to our rights and contentions on the
matter. For the present, which authority has to pass the order?
My lord,
the matter is now pending. The matter is now pending for necessary action before the CVO, Andaman and Nicobar administration.
That is Central Vigilance Commission, my lord.
Central Vigilance.
No, Secretary, my lord, will see the representation at page 38, my lord. That is addressed to my lord, Lieutenant Governor, Director, Electricity Department, and Commissioner cum Secretary. So, my lord, the Electricity Department, my lord, the Director can be directed to decide this representation.
Can the Chief Secretary can decide?
Or my lord, the Secretary, Electricity Department, my lord. Because
may I assist my learned friend? He is saying, first of all, I am not an employee. On instructions, I am saying this. Some intervening application was taken out, at the instance of some person. He might be an employee. The Electricity Workers Union or whoever, is not a. It's a completely, other body. Just, kindly takes the trouble to come to page 23 for a moment. I had sought for these information at page 22, certified copy of the notified recruitment rules, creation of post of EO to superintending engineer with approval for the said. This may not is been replied to. No such post is created in the electricity department. Now, this is not my.
I don't understand his prayer. Kindly see his prayers in the writ petition, my lord. I don't want to enter into a long run, my lord.
No, what we'll do is, for the present, we'll direct the Chief Secretary to consider the representation.
That is, yes. Otherwise, alternatively, they may assist your lordship by filing a report.
My lord, we are serious.
I want your lordship's intervention.
Then my lord,
then we'll have to first rule on the preliminary objection.
That let him. If he wants to, I can go into it, because I have also, I do not want to trouble, but the fact is, that in this sort of a matter, it is not purely, that a public interest is not maintainable.
Prayer C is clearly a service matter. Prayer C, show cause why an inquiry into the illegal appointment of Srimati Madhuri Shukla in terms of the order passed by the competent shall not be conducted. No satisfactory reply to make a rule absolute.
If your lordship so desires, then in that event, please see the judgment.
My lord, the rights of the parties can be preserved, my lord. The representation can be decided, and if he is still aggrieved, he can always...
No, Mr. Bhattacharya is not agreeing. So he is going to argue on the maintainability.
Then, my lord, private respondent is also not before your lordship. Private respondent is also not represented. Then notice has to go to the private respondent.
And my lord, more fully under chapter 18 of the appellate side rule, my lord, this application has been filed, my lord, when on the first day of commencement of the circuit of July, my lord. So my lord, this, my lord, matter should be go before the
all these points have been taken, considered, my lord, your lordship, on the first day when the matter was taken up, your lordship, it fell from your lordship. Why should it not go there?
First tell us how the writ is maintainable in the...
My lord, according to me, my lord, please see this. My lord, relying on 2013 volume 5 SCC page 1.
Yes.
Now, please take the trouble to kindly come to paragraph 29 at page 27, internal page 27.
Yes.
Now, I'm reading on a reading of the entire writ petition filed by respondent number 1 before the High Court. There also the similar point was taken. I have no doubt the respondent number 1 has filed this writ petition for espousing the cause of the general public. Will kindly convert state of Punjab to Andaman with a view to ensure that a person appointed as the chairman as the Public Service Commission is a man of ability and integrity, so that the recruitment to public services in I'm converting it to Andaman, page 28, are from the best available talents and are fair and is not influenced by politics and extraneous considerations. Considering the averments in the writ petition, I cannot hold that the writ petition is just a service matter in which only the aggrieved party has the locus to initiate a legal action in the court of law. The writ petition is a matter affecting interest of the general public in the state of Punjab, and any member of the public could espouse the cause of the general public so long as his bona fides are not in doubt. Therefore, I do not accept the submissions of Mr. Rao appearing for the state that the writ petition was a service matter and the High Court was not right in entertaining the writ petition as a public interest litigation at the instance of respondent number 1.
Now, this is a view recorded by Honorable Justice A.K. Patnaik.
Yes.
Where is the concurring view of the other Honorable Judge on this point? Because that needs to be seen. Because it's a two-judge bench.
My lord, the decision cited by me is also of the Supreme Court, my lord, same year, 2013, 4 SCC 465. And my lord, paragraph 15 of the judgment, my lord, the court has held that consistently, my lord, the view of the Supreme Court and other honorable high courts is that public interest litigation is not permissible in service matters.
Justice Lokur's judgment is concurring view, my lord, page 40. Page 40, paragraph 57 onwards.
You come to para 74. No, 73. Is the appointment of a person to a constitutional post a service matter? Expression, service matter, etc., etc. They have given. That is the reasoning given because they were occupying such a...
But there is no post. Here a person has been sought to be accommodated, Milan, as would appear from page 20.
And the employees union has definitely some
and Milan, there are
acts to grind.
Milan, please, there is no Milan, nothing to grind.
Yeah,
With
exactly.
deepest of respect, Milan, kindly sees the nature of allegations against this lady. Page 24. She was placed under suspension. She carried proceedings to the Central Administrative Tribunal. Ultimately, her challenge failed. Thereafter, she somehow bypassed the entire situation. The administration was bypassed. She was given and made to fit in a particular post, and now she has, but what she has done is, the next petition is that, she has taken the entire department from Port Blair to some other place.
So, clearly personal
if your lordship is of the view that the grievances be looked into, I cannot say in the way.
No. Now we have crossed that stage and we are on the maintainability. The employees union definitely has a personal interest in...
There is no.
Obviously, sir.
This person is working. I have a paper, so I would like to show your lordship.
My lord, yes, my lord.
Which person?
The affidavit, my lord, at page 20 is affirmed by Abdul Aziz. And these are the proceedings, my lords, against Mr. Abdul Aziz. He was transferred initially, then there was a direction.
He was an executive engineer, headquarters.
Yes, my lord. He was transferred. initially CAT said you pass a speaking order was passed, then he challenged that in the High Court before the CAT, and the CAT has rejected interim relief. And all of this happened in August 2024. They should have made these disclosures, my lords, while filing the PIL. My lord, this person has affirmed the affidavit without disclosing all this. Perhaps my learned senior has not been properly instructed.
Please,
so, my lord, this
writ petition has been styled as a public interest litigation by the Electricity Employees Welfare Union, which is stated to be a registered trade union, and the affidavit has been shown to by Mr. Abdul Aziz. And his occupation has been shown as regular. The learned advocate appearing for the respondent administration had raised a preliminary objection as regards maintainability of the writ petition. Therefore, we had heard the learned advocates for the parties on that issue. The learned advocate appearing for the writ petitioner placed reliance on the decision of the Honorable Supreme Court in State of Punjab versus Salil, Sablok and others, 2013 5 SCC page 1, and submitted that in the said decision, the Honorable Supreme Court has held that even in cases of service matters, the writ petitions are maintainable. Per contra, the learned advocate appearing for the respondent administration placed reliance on the decision of the Honorable Supreme Court in the case of Ayub Khan Noor Khan Patan versus State of Maharashtra, 2013 4 SCC 465, and submitted that the writ petition is not maintainable as the matter concerns a service dispute of the private respondent. Further, it is submitted that the person who has affirmed the affidavit on behalf of the petitioner employees union is an employee of the electricity department of Andaman and Nicobar administration, and in this regard, an order of transfer dated 9/7/2024 has been produced before this court, and the name of the person who has filed the affidavit in this writ petition is in serial number 8, serial number 8. It is further submitted that the said Mr. Abdul Aziz has questioned the order of transfer and the matters are pending, and the question the order of transfer and litigation is going on. The learned advocate appearing for the writ petition would submit that the private respondent is a very powerful person, and in spite of action being taken against her, and she having been unsuccessful before the Central Administrative Tribunal, the administration has now accommodated her in a post which is a non-existing post.
23.
In this regard, the learned advocate for the petitioner referred to the reply received to a query by an advocate under the Right to Information Act by reply dated 2010-2020. The first and foremost question to be considered is whether the writ petition is maintainable. Admittedly, the petitioner is an employees union consisting of an employees union whose members are all employees of the electricity department of the Andaman and Nicobar administration. The person who has affirmed to the affidavit is also an employee who is a regular Mazdoor. Thus, the petitioner union as well as its members have a direct interest in the matter, since they are questioning the appointment of the private respondent in the electricity department. Therefore, this is a good ground to reject the writ petition, as it cannot be treated to be a public interest litigation. The second aspect is whether if the matter is treated to be a service dispute, service matter, is a public interest writ petition maintainable. The law on the subject had been settled by various decisions, which have been noted by the Honorable Supreme Court in the decision in Ayub Khan Noor Khan Patan. Some of the decisions being, I will mark it here, in para 50, 23, 24, 25. The cost rate is here. Also, the Honorable Supreme Court has, by referring to the above decisions, has held that filing of public interest litigation, has held that it has been consistently held by the Honorable Supreme Court that filing of public interest writ petition in a service matter is not permissible. The decision in the case of Salil Sablo, relied on by the learned counsel advocate appearing for the petitioner, relates to challenge to an appointment of a chairman of the Punjab Public Service Commission. The question which fell for consideration was whether the appointment of the chairman of the Public Service Commission is a service matter and whether a public interest litigation could be entertained. The defense raised was that it is a constitutional post. Considering the importance of the post of the chairman of a public service commission, and taking note of the functional test as regards the functions of the public service commission, the court, on the facts and circumstances, held that the writ petition was maintainable. In our view, the decision in Salil Sablo can be of no assistance to the case of the petitioner, and as held by the Honorable Supreme Court in Ayub Khan, Noor Khan, Patan, and the other decisions referred above, this writ petition cannot be entertained. The learned advocate for the petitioner submitted that a complaint had been given to the Central Vigilance Commission and a reply has been received by the advocate from the commission on 2/9/2024, wherein it has been stated that the complaint has been forwarded to the Central Vigilance Officer, Andaman and Nicobar Islands Administration, for necessary action, and as per the complaint handling policy, the commission expects the CVOs, CVO, all capital, small s, to scrutinize the complaint sent for necessary action by the commission and decide action on such complaint. So far as the said complaint is concerned, it is up to the Central Vigilance Officer to do the needful in the matter in accordance with law. With the above observation, the writ petition is dismissed as not maintainable.
Serial number 7.
7, my lord, is again filed by the same person, my lord. Here, my lord, the grievances with respect to administrative decision, my lord.
Further, the Honorable Supreme Court in this Salil Sablo has pointed out that the appointment of a chairperson in a public service commission does not fall in the category of serviceman. Yes. Next.
The next matter is shifting of the office. I'll just show your lordship, documents. Kindly see page 18.
It's filed by the same person.
Maybe it is filed by the same person.
My lord, my submission again is without prejudice. The representation they have made.
Service matter.
These are all administrative matters.
Sir, kindly see page 21. I'll stop.
You don't stop, but you're not to stop. Councils are
No, not that minute.
Shifting of division office from headquarters
was done as per verbal direction. How could this be done?
Verbal mentioning, we take up, we grant leave, we say all right, file paper book.
Stop.
No, verbal, this is, let them look into my grievances at least.
This writ petition has been filed by an Electricity Employees Welfare Union, styled as a public interest litigation, questioning the decision taken by the administration to shift an office. Repeatedly, the Honorable Supreme Court has held that it is not for the High Court to decide as to how an administration should function and how the establishment has to be kept and where it has to be located. These are all matters which are best left to the decision of the authorities, and it is not for the court to meddle into all these issues. Therefore, the writ petition is dismissed.
Great.
Most grateful.
Next.
Serial number 8.
I am for the court for Syama Prasad Mukherjee Port. All right, none appears for the petitioner. Next week.
Serial number 9.
My lord, this is my application, my lord.